Hare Krishna. Nama Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Prishthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swaminiti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopesh Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namaste Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhano Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaura Bhaktivinoda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare. So in previous discourse I discussed about the first chapter of the Science of Self-Realization book. Till now I discussed the first chapter, second, third, fourth, fifth and sixth also. Only seventh chapter of a seventh title or seventh essay of the in the first chapter is remained yet. So today I will discuss the seventh chapter, and in concluding I will give the summary of the first chapter. Now in seventh chapter there was one Dr. Wilfred Bigelow. He was a uh, heart heart surgery doctor. He was master surgeon in the heart transplant, and he asked a question to our beloved Srila Prabhupada that where is the spirit soul? What is the spirit soul and where it resides? In the reply, there is a one committee uh, we, which is discussing over this topic, which was discussing over this topic that although everybody is saying that there is a spirit soul, but we can not see that dimension of the spirit soul. What is so? How can we understand about it? So they were all religious guy. So he asked to Srila Prabhupada. At the time, Srila Prabhupada was in Canada. So he asked this question to Srila Prabhupada. He asked that what is spirit soul and where it resides. The typical question that he asked that yeah, where is what is the spirit soul, from where it comes, and where it resides. This three question he asked in his this one of the small uh, envelope. So he is asking to Srila Prabhupada. In reply, Srila Prabhupada gives the answer that spirit soul resides in the heart of the every human being. Not only human being, but every species of life. There is a one verse in the Srimad Bhagavad Gita that सर्वस्य चाहम हृदि संन्यविष्टो मत्तः स्मृतिर्ज्ञानम अपोहनम च वेदांत वेदेश्च सर्वैर अहमेव वेद्यम वेदांतकृत वेदवित् एव चाहम. So here the position of the super soul is described that सर्वस्य चाहम हृदि संन्यविष्टो, the super soul is residing in the heart of every living entity. And there is another verse in Kathopanishad that samane vruksho vasto nimagno, means the spirit soul and the super soul both are residing on the same tree. It means both are residing in the heart. So one of the question that Bigelow asked to Srila Prabhupada that Atma, where Atma resides, the spirit soul resides in the heart of every living entity, and from where it comes. According to law of karma, the spirit soul comes from the past body by the will of mind. At the time of death, whatever desire and or whatever vow is generated at the time of death, the next birth that the spirit soul will take in that same bhav. Antakale cha mameva smaran muktva kalevaram. It means at the time of death, whatever bhav we remember, we will get the body in next life according to that bhava. So right now, whatever body we possess, this body is the resultant action of our past life. So what at the time of death, if I remember about a human form of life, and typical human form means by which I can enjoy that any material enjoyment. So that kind of body or that type of body we will get in this life. So here transmigration of a spirit soul occurs from one body to another. Spirit soul is eternal. First we understood that what is the characteristic features, what is the you can say the symptom or characteristics of the spirit soul. Spirit soul is eternal. There is no birth and no death, and there is no creation of the spirit soul. Na jayate mriyate va kadachin nayam bhutva bhavita va na bhuya ajo nitya shashvato yam purano na hanyate hanyamane sharire. In this verse 2.20, Lord Krishna explains that the spirit soul is never created. Na jayate, spirit soul never takes birth. Na mriyate, he does not die, and न जायते मृते वा कदाचिन नायम भूत्वा भवितवा न भूय. There was a no time when he had not in present, he had not in existence, and there will be no time in which there is a no existence of spirit soul. Means spirit soul was there in the past. It is spirit soul at present also it is in existence, and in future also they will be in existence. So there is nityam shashvatoyam purano. He is always nitya. He is eternal, shashvata, everlasting, and purana, very old, oldest of the all. There is a no creation of the spirit soul. So first we understood that the body is the outer covering or the garments of the spirit soul. Just as the old garments is given up and the person again wear up or put on the new garment. Similarly, the spirit soul, whatever this body is there, we possess. This body is the outer garment of ourself. We are a spirit soul residing in this body. Similarly, uh, the means I have wear this kurta, but after some time I will wear out. I will put off this kurta, and I will wear again any garment. Similarly, as a spirit soul, we accept this body, and after some time we will give up this body because the body is very old and very useless. So why not we again take the another new and fresh body? So this is the reason that spirit soul is transmigrating from one body to another. So according to past desire, we will get this life. And this is the simple answer that Prabhupada explains herein. And one of the things that Prabhupada explains here, the spirit soul, when he enters in the womb of a mother, at that time, sequentially or consequently, it grows from that peanut size to embryo. So there are nine month process which Lord Kapil Dev explains to Mother Dehuti vividly that at which time or in which month, every month, what is the development is occurring in the that embryo. So it is we will exclusively mention in the third canto of Srimad Bhagavatam. And here the spirit soul and the super soul characteristic is described in this chapter, that spirit soul qualitatively both are one, just as sea water and all the sea, ocean, both are qualitatively one. The salt content, whatever is present in the drop of the ocean, the same salt content is present in uh, that ocean. The quality will be remain same, but quantity is different. Similarly, the super soul is chief Nitya, and we are subordinate Nitya. We are also Nitya. We are eternal, and super soul, the Lord controller, supreme controller, Bhagwan, he is also Nitya, but he is a chief Nitya. He is maintaining the subordinate Nitya. Eko Bahunam Yo Vidadhati Kaman. He is controlling the every living entity. He every spirit part, spirit sparks. The name itself states that living entity. Living means which is already in living condition. He does not take birth and he does not die. This is called living. Suppose I have this pen. This pen has some manufacturing date and it will be expired in some in due course of time. So this is not a living things. This is dead things. And one of the lecture, Prabhupada was explaining that every matters transform from six kind of changes. First, it will be manufactured or it will take birth, then it will grow, then it will produce some byproduct, then maintain, then dwindling, and then after death. Similar things is happening to this body. So this body is also nothing but the matter. It is the lump of the matter. Just as a car, when the driver comes out from the car, what car is? Car only the lump of iron and all the plastics. It is only the lump, nothing more than that. Similarly, this body is valued. Why? Because the spirit soul is present in this body. Similarly, when the spirit soul goes out from this body, the body is useless one. It has a no value. It is only the lump of matter. So we should first understand that we are spirit soul. Right now, in present moment, every person is in the bodily concept of life. They consider themselves as body or as a mind, utmost mind, not above than that. But the devotee, he considers himself as a part and parcel of super soul or supreme Lord Krishna or Hari. First we should understand that what we are. This is the discovering, learning about the self, that what I am. First we should understand very proficiently that I am the spirit soul. I am the part and parcel of super soul. I am marginal potency of super soul. So first we should understand Supreme Lord. We should understand our nature. Then we should go ahead for cultivation of a spiritual life. First we understood. First we should understand that we are spirit. Then after we should pursue the spiritual life. Otherwise there will be no meaning of spiritual life. If you consider, if you does not know the spirit, and then you are cultivating the spiritual life, so are you understanding the you can say contrast between this with these two? You are considering yourself as a material being, and simultaneously you are pursuing the spiritual life. So how can it is possible? First we should understand that I am the spirit soul, and then after we should proceed for cultivation of a spiritual life. So this was the all about first chapter. First chapter, this learning the science about the self. Now I should conclude the very you can say crisp, very summary from the abstract of the first chapter. In the first chapter, discovering the self, we should Prabhupada was explaining that we should understand that I am spirit soul, and I have eternal relationship with Lord, Supreme Lord. So as a human being, it is our responsibility to again revive that relationship. It is our responsibility. And Prabhupada gave that example about the one first class compartment and the example of manager and employee, that carcoon clerk. So Prabhupada mentioned that we are in this human form of life. We as a spirit soul, we are in this human form of life. So we should utilize this opportunity will be given to person who is qualified. So we are qualified, and we should use this opportunity, not misuse our minute independence. And even if we misuse our minute independence, then we will not escape from the clutches stringent law of material nature. So we should always remember that we are controlled by material nature. We are not independent. The person who is foolish, he consider himself as a controller. He does not care even about the controlling deity, controlling personality of this world. And when he is caught by any police or any controlling authority, at that time he will be punished. So if in this world, if there any authority, then why you denying about supreme authority by which this all material nature is working? So we should always abide by the laws of the Supreme Lord, Dharma. The restriction is there only in human society, not in animal society. So we should pursue, we should follow the regulative principles of our life provided by our Dharma, religion. Religion is all about the controlling of our life. If there is no restriction or there is no regulation about principle, then that life is almost of animal life. Animal is not even following any rules and regulation. So if as a human being we do not follow the principle laid down by religion, then we are not better than the animal. In one of the verse, Lord Rishabdev, he explains that Nayam Deha Deha Bhajan Ruloke Kastan Kaman Arhati Vidbhujamye Tapo Divyam Putrikayena Sattvam Shudyat Yasmat Brahmatu Sokyam Tvad Anantam. That Kastan means that very after Kasta means that predicament, the obstacle, kasta. See, for enjoying this fleshy pleasure, the peoples are working very hard, kastan and kaman, and whatever result comes after completing this action, that minute sense pleasure he will enjoy. Kastan kaman arhati vidbu jamye. So that type of bodily pleasure, sensual pleasure is obtained even by hog and dog also, the animal also. Then why should we misuse this human form of life to accumulate or to enjoy this such kind of fleshy pleasure which is easily obtained by the hog and dog. As a human form, or as a human being, Nayam Deha Deha Bhajan, this human form of life is not meant to work very hard, just like dog and hog, in order to get the sensual pleasure. But this human form of life, we have got to revive our relationship with Supreme Absolute Truth, Lord Krishna. This is the sum and substance, and there is no loss, there is no failure in this path, because whatever content we accumulate in this path, there it will not be diminished, and there will be no loss in this path. There is a one verse that ne 2.40 नेहाभिक्रमनाशोस्ति प्रत्यवायो न विद्यते स्वल्पमप्यस्य धर्मस्य त्रायते महतो भयात्. So this is the very important word. Whenever I heard this verse, I becomes very faithful, very explicitly I am convinced that whatever I am doing, that is a right. So that the deep faith comes by the words of the Supreme Lord, and this words of the Supreme Lord is not like it is infallible, apaurushai. This knowledge is apaurushai. So we will get that enthusiasm that yes, I should proceed for cultivation of my spiritual life. I should not waste my time, because I have already wasted my 21 years in the past. So it is quite more. I should not waste my time anymore. So I would invest my time in the cultivation of the spiritual life. This was all about the first chapter. And after attaining, after completion, completely purification of our heart, of our chit, we will get transmigrated, we will get transformed to spiritual world. And I already mentioned the nature of the spiritual world. There is no necessity of light. This this life will be of full of bliss, full of knowledge, and full of eternity. Sat, Chind, and Anandmay. We are all hankering after that life, but we are hankering in this marriage, material world. So we will never get this eternal life in this material world. So we should strive for cultivation of spiritual life. This was all about the first chapter, and in the second chapter, one Mrs. Nixon, she is asking question to Srila Prabhupada, and one of the question that is I like most is, what is Krishna conscious? Krishna is the original father. Original father means either the person is Christian or Hindu or Muslim or any religion that person may belong to, but the Supreme Lord remains the same regardless any religion, any so-called religion, because religion is the Sanatan. So what is the Krishna consciousness, and what is the eternal dharma? What is the dharma? He is asking that Save Punsam Paro Dharmo Yato Bhakti Radokshaje. It is everyone's duty, every living entity's duty, to again revive our relationship with Adokshaja. We should perform, we should observe, we should conduct, carry out the duty as a son, as a Yato Bhakti Radokshaja. We should perform this devotion. She's asking many questions. What about difference between Christianity and that Krishna consciousness? Consciousness, Prabhupada explained that consciousness of a spirit soul is always pure, but it is contaminated by the three modes of material nature. And we should purify our consciousness by chanting of Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. After all, we will reach this point that only by purification of our consciousness we will transfer, we will be transferred, yeah, to spiritual world. Okay. And another third chapter, definition of God. This one of the definition is described that Aishwaryasya samagrasya viryasya yashasriya jnana vairagyayasya shadayati bhagamana. This is the sixth kind of opulence. This is called in Sanskrit as Shad Aishwarya. The Lord Krishna is the full of the six opulence. If you consider the Krishna as 10%, then Lord Vishnu as a 90%, and Lord Shiva as 84%, and the liberated living entity has 78% qualities. Yeah, 78% given by Srila Rupa Goswami. According to Srila Rupa Goswami, this is the all the bifurcation of the transcendental characteristics or qualities, divine qualities. So we should strive for cultivation of spiritual life. We should not engage ourselves into sense gratification. Sense gratification is all about the animal life. Either however, it may be a polished animalization, but after all, it is an animalization. So we should not uh, indulge ourselves into sense gratification. This was about third chapter, and in fourth chapter, Mr. Robinson is asking, Mike Robinson is asking about question of reincarnation, how the spirit soul is transmigrated from one body to another. We should consider, or we should consider every living entity as a spirit soul, regardless it is a dog, hog, or any elephants, or the chandal, or the eater of dog, chandal. There is one verse that 5.17 सुनिचेन सुपाके च पंडिता समदर्शिन विद्या विनय संपन्ने ब्राह्मणे गविहस्तिनि सुनिचेव सुपाके च पंडिता समदर्शिन. So this is the verse 5.18 or 17. Wait a minute. Yeah, 5.18, 1.8. Vidya Vinay Sampanne. If the person is very learned, then what is the proof? What is the evidence that he is a learned person? He will consider everybody as the spirit soul. He will think that spirit soul in the context of Supreme Lord. So he will see every living entity is a part and parcel of Krishna. He will see Krishna in every atom, that this atom is the energy of the Supreme Lord. He is a part and parcel. There is a one verse that Yomam Pashati Sarvatra, Sarvatra Mai Pashati. Tesham Tasyam 6.30. In this verse, it is stated that Yomam Pashati Sarvatra Sarvam Cha Mai Pashati Tasyaham na Pranasyami Sacha me na Pranasyati. Means, if the person sees or see the Krishna in every atom, and there is a vice versa relationship. If the person sees Krishna in any object, or any object he see in the context of the Supreme Lord, in the relationship with Krishna, then Yoma Tasyaham na Pranashyami, I am not far from him, and he is not even far from me. So this is the point of view, vision of the devotee, learned person. And I already told about truth and beauty. What is the relationship between truth and beauty. Either beauty is compatible with truth or not, whether it is in relationship with beauty or not. I mean, truth and beauty are compatible or not. I discussed by using the relative word, relative and absolute truth. Absolute truth, in absolute truth, there is no difference between truth and beauty, but in relative truth, there is a difference, there is a vast difference between truth and beauty. The beauty is only the outskirt. There is a beauty is the distinct from the relative truth. Relative truth is changing, so that beauty is only the liquid beauty. So we should understand that it is the liquid beauty, and the real beauty is of absolute truth's beauty. So we should hankering after absolute truth's beauty, and that absolute truth's beauty is of Lord Krishna's beauty, because absolute truth is Lord Krishna. Okay. Now move ahead in the sixth chapter, that art of dying. This is the very concluding chapter in the first for concluding topic in the first chapter, that uh, Parikshit Maharaj is asking many questions. No, many questions. He is asking one question, and he again elaborates his question, that अतः पृच्छामि संसिद्धिं योगिनां परमं गुरुं पुरुषस्य हयत् कार्यं म्रियमाणस्य सर्वथा यत् श्रोतव्य यथोजप्य यत् कीर्तव्यं नृभि प्रभो स्मर्तव्यं भजनीयं वा ब्रूहि यद्वा विपर्ययम्. So these two questions were asked by Parikshit Maharaj in the assembly of great saintly person and sages to Srila Sukadeva Goswami. Sukadeva Goswami is the chief Guru Muninam. He was the spiritual master of all the assembled saint and sages. So he was asking this question to Sukadeva Goswami. And in the reply, Sukadeva Goswami asked about the first negative answer, that what shall we not do? And first he appreciate the question of Parikshit Maharaj, that Varyaneshate Prashna Ata Varyaneshate Prashna Apashyatam Atmatat. He is Shukdev Goswami is appreciating the question of Maharaj Parikshit, and in the reply, the Shukdev Goswami answers that Shrotavyadini Rajendra Nirnam Sanni Sahasrasha Apashyatam Atma Tattvam Gruveshu Griha Medina. There are very hundreds and hundreds of objects for the person who is Gruhmedi, who is sense gratificatory person. There is hundreds and thousands of object of hearing, seeing and speaking. Shrotavya Adi means Shrunvatam, Drashatam, and what is called speaking. Bruhi. So there are hundreds and hundreds subjects of these three main movement, Shrutva, Drashtva, and Bruhi, to speak. So there are hundreds so this Gruhamedi person, they are engaged in these kinds of activity, and by engaging themselves in this kind of activity, this person is wasting their time either in the form of day or in night. In night, this person wasting his time by engaging himself in the sleeping or engaging himself in the sexual intercourse. Nidriya hriyate naktam vyavayena cha vavaya. Divacharte haya rajan kutumba varnenava. In the daytime, he engage himself in the earning to maintain his entire family. And what will the result? That he will more attached to his family, that देहापत्र कलत्रादिषु आत्मसैन्येषु सत्स्वपि तेषां प्रमत्त निधनं पश्यन्नपि न पश्यति. He is very much attached to his family, and he considers his family as Atmasenya. He considers his family as a soldier for me. And with this attachment, Tesham Pramatta, even though he is seeing that my relatives they are dying at every moment, then also Pashyanapi na pashyati. By seeing, he does not see. And in the reply of the main answer, Shukdev Goswami answers that Tasmat Bharat Sarvatma Bhagwan Ishvaro Hari Shrotavya Kirtavyascha Smartavyascha Ichita Abhayam. If the person wants to become fearless, Ichita Abhayam, then he must take shelter of Lord Hari. He must hear about him. Shrotavyascha, Kirtitavyascha, Smartavyascha. He should repeatedly glorify Kirtitavya, Smartavya, and Shrotavya and Smartavya. We should remember about Lord Hari. Then we will become fearless and we will become jubilant after performing the devotion of Lord Krishna. This was all about the summary of the first chapter, learning the science about the self. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna.